Hey, it's Jason Canigan. It is August 10th today, and I'm in the middle of rendering a video, so I can't really do too much else with the computer. I might go out for a walk, but before I did that, I thought I would make a quick video, and I want to echo things that I said 8 years ago in 2012, okay? Reality has not changed that much, you know. The business fundamentals have certainly not changed, and I know it feels like summer, and I know the temptation is to believe, well, you know, nobody's buying right now, everybody's out, and it's not true. It's not true. I get the same thing around Christmas time, right, or Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving through Christmas, right? Just nobody does anything. And no, this is not true. The fact of the matter is the people who are in their offices today are serious. The people who are working during holiday periods are serious, right? Like, there's a lot of people like me who don't really care much about Christmas. I don't care for Christmas. I don't care for the commercialization of it. I don't particularly like the idea. I don't have kids, and so it just doesn't matter to me. I find it annoying. And if you can call me during that time of the year, you know, I'm actually going to pick up the phone, and I'm probably going to be interested. I was a credit manager for 4 years for a national electrical wholesaler. A disturbing number of years ago in the early 2000s, and it was a great time to call people and talk to them, right? And those who were in their offices answered their phones, and they were glad somebody talked to them, and it was a totally different experience than you might get during the busy season with the hubbub and that. So if you're a business owner and you're kind of struggling right now, or you're thinking about starting a business but you haven't taken the plunge yet, I want to encourage you to do it, because there are people out there who are looking forward to actually calling them and going, gee, I'm so glad you called. I need to solve this problem, and I was just wishing somebody would call. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, there are actually people out there who want you to do this and are hoping somebody competent will come along and take the big problem that they've got off their hands. Please, you know, great business leaders are always delighted to find talent lying around, like, oh my gosh, thank you for taking care of this problem for me, right? There are 100 things in my business I don't want to do, and so I'll give it to somebody else to do. And I'm thankful, I'm grateful that they're there. So, key thing, all right, if you followed any of my videos before, you'll know, okay, talks a lot about calling people and stuff like that. That's fine, and you can market or you can prospect, that's fine, but you need to have a funnel going, okay? You can't just sit there and, I don't know about for you, maybe for you it works. For me, posting on social media really doesn't work all that much. I don't get a lot out of it. I have to have connections and conversations with people in order to advance the plot. The posting is fine. In like a forum or something like that, where you've got a specific niche, a specific audience there, okay, that's fine. I'll do better in there. But just posting on Facebook or posting on LinkedIn or tweeting, it's not going to do a lot for me. I'll get the occasional thing out of that. I remember the very first time a few years ago now when I posted the sales tactics video super bundle. I got a sale like on the first tweet, right? And I thought, oh my gosh, I've tapped into a gold mine here. You know? And nothing like that has ever happened again. You know, I'll make the occasional sale from posting and tweeting and that kind of thing, but man, it was not the rushing river I thought it was going to be. So you are responsible, is what I'm telling you here, to go out there and develop your own funnel, just like I am. I have to do the same thing, okay? So first, get into the mindset, the correct mindset, that there are people out there who do want to talk to you. Are you going to run into people who are on holiday or blow you off or whatever? Yeah, sure. Okay. They're not your target market. That's fine. And I'll put a little check mark in my book next to those people, or an X, saying, you know, that's not a fit, right? And I'm going to remember that, because to me, they're not as serious about it as I am, and that's a qualifier, right? I want to work with serious people. And so, you know, get into the mindset of, hey, there are people out there who want to talk to me, and then get your target market and your audience in there. Get your funnel figured out. Like, how many people do you have to talk to get to the number of sales you want? I have posted many videos about creating a revenue plan or a money plan. Set a money target. How much money do you want to make? Over what period of time? Over the next month? Over the next 2 weeks? Over the next 3 months? Until the end of 2020, right? It's up to you, and you can always adjust it. But set a target that's achievable and achieve it. And remember your money tolerance, right? That thermometer of how much is a lot of money to you. That's going to be different for every person, and you can work on it, right? But there's no point in trying to sell a $50,000 thing if your money tolerance is at $500. You're going to screw the sale up every time, right? So find an offer that matches how you feel about money, and go and get that thing. And then obviously you have to look at the speed, which how many times can I do this, right? In that time period. Like for me to make 10 sales a week of anything, it's just not going to happen, right? Of anything at any price, even $1, right? Probably not, right? I don't have the funnel to do that kind of thing. But for me to make one $4,000 sale over the next couple of weeks, yeah, I can do that. I feel comfortable about that. It's well within the money tolerance, you know, and it'll work out fine. But you have to know yourself and know your feelings and know your limiting beliefs, and get out there and work with them. Otherwise, you know, you're going to set yourself up for a losing battle, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to go into a thing where you're going to win, right? And you know you're going to win because you've set up the conditions where there's like a 99% chance of winning, right? There is no point in me going out there and selling, trying to sell 1,000 candied apples. That's just a dumb idea for Jason to do, right? It might be a great idea for you, but for me, that's just not the right equation. I'm not going to get enough people, and I'm not going to get in front of enough people to be able to sell those unless I do like a wholesale deal. But even then, the number doesn't excite me. What am I going to sell them for? $1 or $2 or something like that, right? It doesn't get to a total that's exciting enough for me. So you need to keep these factors in your head, but get serious and get a plan together about, okay, I need to achieve this revenue amount. Okay, in order to do that, how many sales do I need to make? Is that realistic? Hey, if it's 2 sales over the next month or 2 months or something like that, it's probably very realistic, right? How many conversations do I need to have in order to make those sales, right? For me, on a bad week, it's probably 1 sale out of every 4 conversations that I have. It might be 1 out of 2, right? I can't guarantee it's going to be 1 to 1 to 1. That's crazy. But, you know, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, those numbers work for me. For you, if you're a newbie, it might be 12 or 15 or 20 conversations to get 1 sale. There's a learning curve here, right? And that's good. Learning curves are good. That's a barrier to entry. That means if you get your nose to the grindstone, put in the effort, learn the skills. Oh, Jason, this sounds like work. Yeah. You want the money? You want the business? You got to do the work. There's no way around it, you know. You can't even buy your way around it, because otherwise, even if I hire someone to do all that stuff for me, I'm not saying don't have a sales team. I'm saying if you don't understand how to do this process yourself, what you've bought is a dependency, like a drug addict, on that person or that organization that went out and did it for you. And when they want to raise prices, or they disappear, you know, or they do something you don't like, and you have to let them go, you've gone back to zero, right? You have to have some knowledge yourself, some institutional knowledge here, so that you can keep going. So. And then in order to get those conversations, how many leads do you have to get coming into the funnel? And you can estimate these things beforehand. You know, do your planned versus actual. And I've made videos about this. Go and get this idea in your head of what you're going to have to do, and that will give you the clarity. So many people whine on social media about not having clarity in their business, and for every one that's complaining about it, you can bet there's 100 out there in the background, the wallflowers, the butterflies, who are not saying anything, right? They're just sitting there feeling stuck. Well, it's because they don't have a clear plan, right? When you know that you're making a great offer to a great audience, and you're helping people, and you know you can help people, and the money makes sense, and all you have to do is go out there and get, you know, 50 people over the next month, and that means you got to get 12, 13, 14, 15 people a week to be talking to you, and you will make the money that you want. That gives you clarity right away, And you can go to yourself, okay, I need 5 conversations or 3 conversations a day. 3 conversations a day doesn't sound too crazy. It's on the high end for me, but it's not impossible. And so what can you do to go get that done, right? Do you build an email list and go out there and get 100 people or 200 people from various groups and things like that in there, warm them up, and get some to book calls with you? Are you going to try and do the one-on-one thing through Messenger? That's, you have to have conversations with people, but don't go out there and just shove your stuff at them. That's a mistake. Try and actually have a genuine conversation with people, That's the intention there, not to just go in there and start shoving what you've got at other people. We want to find out whether they actually have a need, right? This is all stuff in that Sales on Fire playlist. It's free. It's on there. I charged people for that for a long time, and it's so straightforward. Just go learn about that need, budget, and personality fit, and go and qualify people for it. I've shown you what to do, right? A lot of people can't afford to work with me, and that's okay. Go and take the free stuff that I give you and go and make something with it, and then come back. Maybe you'll remember and want to develop your skills. Or, I've had people who have bought from me for years, and every time I come out with something new, they're like, please, can I get that? Right? Thanks, And recently with the Sales on Fire 2020 update, I had people come back who I hadn't marketed to them. I hadn't even told them that it existed, and they saw it somewhere, and they're like, oh my gosh, I bought from you in 2013, and it's 2020, 7 years later. How many people do you know who get that kind of result, right? And I support my products, and they stick around, and they don't just disappear next year because I'm too lazy to support them or keep the domain going or something like that. You see so much of that crap out there of product creators creating something, making a little bit of money, and then not supporting it and moving on to some other thing. Right? Don't be like that. So remember to get this idea in your head. That's what you need to do, is get this idea in your head that, okay, here's what I'm going to do. Right? I'm going to get this many people coming into the funnel. I'm going to get this many conversations out of it, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do in order to make that happen. And out of that, I'm going to get so many sales, and I'm going to get the revenue that I want. And then you can set a new target. Right? If you achieve that, I guarantee you, if you actually put the effort in and focus on this, you'll get it done faster. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten this and then remembered it, right, and put it into action, and within a few days, literally, I'll remember on Friday, and by Tuesday I'll have the revenue. I'll have those customers that I need, right? So it's important to have clarity, and so many people out there, as I said, are complaining that they don't have clarity. Well, here's the path to it. Right? I've laid it out for you. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't require any super skills or that you know advanced statistics or anything like that. Just get it written down and go out there and do it. And I have to do the same thing. I'm not exempt. I'm not exempt. If I want to drive revenue in my business, I have to do the same thing. Okay, this has been about a 14-minute video apparently. I think I have more to say. If I think of what I wanted to say in addition to this, I'll make another one. But we'll stop it there. Thanks for watching, and get to work.